Nights of Horror 4 is going to be introducing some new skins that look amazing, and also the return of the best game mode in the whole game called Manhunt. So continue watching because this event is going to be lit. So like I said in the beginning, we're going to check out all the skins from the cases and the lucky spin of Nights of Horror. Now, stating about the lucky spin, they changed something really cool about the lucky spin, which makes the spin actually worth like 18,000 credits. But before we get with the skins, let's start out with the game mode and other stuff that is non-skin related. So with the Manhunt event, basically what it is 2 years ago there was this game mode where basically a breach guy has to go and technically knife them / infect all the collisions so that they would become the hunters as well. And this whole game mode was basically just hide and seek, but even though it was such a simple game, it was freaking fun as hell. Now last year they did some changes to this game mode which made it fun but also boring. So what they did was adding night vision and also making it much darker, which also resulted into it being also a little bit scarier. But the one thing that sucked about last year's version was that there's only one hunter, and if he dies the match ends. So what they will do is, for this year they're adding back the Manhunt version where basically it's infection, but they will also be adding the night vision effect to it. And by the way, this game mode gives you a lot of XP. Anyways, the next thing we're going to check out is going to be the case and all of its new skins that are going to be available. But before that, make sure to subscribe to stay tuned with new information regarding Critical Ops updates and much more like that, because we're really close, well kinda close, to 20,000 subscribers, so please help out, come on. Anyways, back to the case stuff. So in the past years, the case for the Nights of Horror has been this jack-in-a-box type of design. However, for this year, it's more like an incubation capsule. It's actually kind of similar to the tourist case, but also has this like scientific and also this steampunk type of design to it. And also a guy on Discord, by the way, join my Discord server, it's kind of cool there. Anyways, so this guy made a Blender design of this case by the name Pigeon9423. So anyways, he added like the textures of the case into Blender, and he came up with this design which looks really cool for the case. And you know, like this filter, this gold with all kinds of pipes, and then there's this incubation glass in the middle. It looks a really cool case, and like I said, it has this like steampunk type of design, but it's not, it's of horror. So now that we know what kind of case we have, the next thing is what skins will it actually have. So let's start out with all the new skins in this case. And disclaimer, some of the skins we don't know which tier it will be, but let's start out with those skins exactly. So the first skin we have is for the P250 Virophage, where we have these like bacteria and viruses and all kinds of stuff that is biology related, and this is going to be for the P250. Next up we have the AUG Spook house, which is like a black and purplish AUG, but there's also this green type of background, and also there's this house with like a orange moon. Next skin we have is the Vector Chemical Reaction. The top of the weapon is like this gooey blue stuff, and there's also this mad scientist with some kind of potion of whatever the sorts in his hand. The next skin is a 3D animation for the P90 Charge. Now this skin looks really cool, especially with the wires on like the backstock of the weapon, and it also has this like lightning field on the back. The next skin is the Deagle Dangerous Waters, and this is like a blue Deagle, and it has these piranhas that shoot lasers. What the hell? So the next skin we have the FP6 Central Processing Unit, and I might need this skin to pass mathematics at my school. But anyways, this skin has all these mathematical formulas in pink and also these blue brains. The next skin we have is for the M14 sniper called the Zombie Steed. Now it has this like greenish flames, and there's also this zombie horse on like the metal of the weapon. If you're still watching the video, make sure to subscribe with notifications enabled, and also like this video because I don't take a no for an answer, because you're still watching this video, don't you? The next skin we have is for the AK-47 called Chimera, and we have the snakes, a lion, and also a goat on this weapon. And this weapon actually reminds me of a skin from CSGO, which is also for the AK-47, called Aquamarine Revenge. So the skin that has a tier is called Hypothesis, but it's a tier 2, and there's actually no information which weapon or weapons will have this, but I think it's either going to be for like every single weapon skin, or is it going to be like a grenade skin, but nonetheless it's a tier 2 skin. Anyways, for the tier 3s, we will have this Extract Frag grenade, which will have this like greenish liquid type of texture, but there's also this creepy spider on it. The next skin is for the smoke grenade called Dissolve, and we have this orangish grenade with this snake in the middle. Kinda creepy, but also it's still better than the frag grenade. And lastly, for the flashbang, we have the Absorb, which is a blue flashbang, and there's also this jellyfish on it. I think it's jellyfish, or it's just a slime eating some kind of weird seaweed. For the tier 4s, we have the frag grenade RIP, and for this we don't have an image, but there will be a zombie monkey holding RIP. But there's 4 new tier 7s, and the first one is the remix Reanimation, which is basically like a black and white skin, but there's also lightning on the blade and a little bit on the ring itself as well. So the second tier 7 we have is the Balisong Living Blade. It's like a overseer type of design where we have this rustic blade, but there's also this like greenish radiation type of design also on it, and it actually looks really cool for a rustic Balisong. And so the last 2 tier 7s are actually gloves, and they actually were shown in the video where the developer showed us the 1.28 update. So the first gloves are these purple ones that are called Neo Grime, and I think they will be available for the both factions. The second gloves are basically the same thing, just different colors, and it's called Mint Blast, and just like the previous gloves, I think they will be for both factions. And lastly, for the lucky spin, I suggest you checking out a video that I did separately, because if so, this video is going to be really long, which I don't mind, but, you know. So anyways, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, make sure to press that like button as it really helps me out, and subscribe to stay tuned with new Critical Ops information. But for now, I'll see you in the next video.